This is One on One. You're looking at Jonelle Procope, who is the President and Chief Executive Officer of a little place on 125th Street called the Apollo Theater. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. It's really great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's our pleasure. How are things up at that extraordinary institution called the Apollo?
Steve will be turning 80 next year. It's hard to believe. And I just celebrated my 10th anniversary.
Congratulations.
So I would say that in the last 10 years, we've done a lot of work. And
that's a great shot.
Wow, there we are. That's my anniversary picture.
That's
we have a ladies' luncheon. We call it Dining with the Divas, and it's on Valentine's Day. And they surprised me to celebrate my 10th anniversary. It's hard to believe. It's been a lot of building, but what a historical, iconic institution. And you know, we're looking at what do we think the Apollo should be in the 21st century? And we're a not-for-profit. A lot of people don't know that.
As are we.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's funny. Not-for-profit should never be confused with not being entrepreneurial.
Right.
Being very cost-conscious, right?
Right.
And running a business.
Right. That's in fact, the name is a little like people say.
Oh, so you're a charity.
Don't worry about it. No, this is something that we worry about all the time.
You still have to pay the electrical bills, right?
Right. And you count on the, you know, sort of the generosity of others to help you to get there.
Let's go back before you talk about the Apollo moving forward.
Okay.
We have some pictures you can help us set up. The Apollo started what year again?
1934.
And some pretty terrific people have come through the Apollo, and their careers are greatly impacted by those experiences. Run some photos if you could, guys. The first photo we're going to look at is
well, there's Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. She, you know, many of the legendary artists considered the Apollo a finishing school, a place that taught them and helped them hone their skills. And they taught her how to make a proper curtsy.
Who's that other young lady with you?
That's a kind of, I think you might know her, Beyonce.
Yeah, I hear she's going to do great things one day.
I think that's true. Amazing. Even more beautiful in person.
Is that right?
And what a talent. And that was an evening. Actually, she wasn't appearing on the stage. Her husband, Jay-Z, was. So.
Is that a great night?
Amazing night. And that's one of the things that's so incredible.
James Brown.
Ah, there he is.
Do you have any idea? I'm saying circa 1966, I'm saying.
I think you're right. Godfather of Soul, considered the Apollo his home. In fact, his body was laid to rest on our stage when he passed.
Is that right?
Yeah, but he's amazing. Okay, there you, Jay-Z, and a guy by the name
Diddy.
Today, Diddy.
Right.
And
well, you get to hang out. I mean, the hard part is the
Patti
business,
LaBelle.
but the fun. Patti, the great Patti LaBelle.
Great Patti LaBelle. Smokey Robinson, love him. Still performing, still going strong.
Looks
he is
great,
amazing.
sounds great.
Absolutely. Stevie Wonder.
That's
when he was little Stevie Wonder.
I'm thinking when he did
Fingertips.
Fingertips, right? He was 13, I'm thinking, when that happened.
That's right.
Wow. You know, Apollo, some of the things that I want you to react to before we talk about moving forward. Real quick, the rock at the Apollo.
That's a tree stump. That's the Tree of Hope.
The Tree of Hope.
It's actually a stump that came from a tree that was outside of the Lafayette Theater, which is another, there you go, which is another theater that was uptown. And performers used to stand out at that tree, hoping that they would get a job on that particular evening. So that's why it's called the Tree of Hope.
And Amateur Night.
1934, which is when the doors opened, based on Ralph Cooper's radio show, launched the careers of pretty much anybody who was anybody in the music business.
And the crowds at the Apollo really found it very hard historically to express themselves.
Yeah, they're very sedate, very quiet, very reserved crowd. No.
If they did not like you, was it easy for them to let you know they did not want you on the stage any longer?
Extremely easy. Extreme. They made and broke many careers. That's what's part of the Apollo experience. That's what makes it so unique. It's participatory. The audience is letting you know when they love you. It's the most amazing feel. That's what the artists say. And then it also causes trepidation with artists because they know if they don't come correct on that stage, the audience is going to let them know.
Even today?
Today, amateur night, when people come out on that stage, it's every night. It's been going on since 1934, every Wednesday night.
Every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday night. They clap and scream and yell when they love you, and when they don't like you, they boo. They boo.
What happens to a great institution like this in the future?
What a success looks like for the 21st century for me, it's a full season, a full year of contemporary programming. It's a digital presence so that I have a global audience. It is collaborating with national and international partners so that they can bring resources and then we can go to where they are. It's a very robust suite of community and education programs. And it's just, will continue to be a convener. It's organically, people come to the Apollo when something happens or they want to talk about topical issues. So we've channeled that into something called Uptown Hall, where we focus on issues that affect not only the community, but everyone. Like during the election, we had a panel discussion. When I say organically a convener, when Michael Jackson died, people really didn't know what to do with themselves. And they just began to appear under the Apollo marquee, and they kept on coming, and pretty soon the whole block, the whole 125th Street corridor was filled with people, wanting some place to come to sort of celebrate his life or to mourn. So we opened our doors and we actually had people come in, in groups, and we played his music on the stage, and we had different artists come up and basically dance and, sort of celebrate his life. And that was an organic gathering.
It is hard to imagine Harlem, 125th Street, and everything that represents. I think all the way back, reading about Joe Louis, when Joe Louis won the heavyweight championship, and what 125th Street...
The crowd poured out in the streets.
Right. And everything that Harlem represents in the city, in this country. It is impossible to imagine Harlem without the Apollo.
I think that's right. I mean, ever since it opened its doors in 1934, it's been a catalyst for creativity, innovation. It's been an anchor cultural institution, and it's been an economic engine. I mean, on the development side, it has really created a lot of activity and interest in Harlem, as it did in 1934. Today, when the tour buses come up, they're coming up for the most part to see the Apollo Theater.
Do they stop, excuse me for interrupting, do they stop, or do they say, there's the Apollo, and they keep going? Do they actually want to stop and come in and see and look for themselves?
They get off the buses, they come in. We have a wonderful guy who's our historian, Billy Mitchell, and he does tours. So sometimes they come in. Actually, the tour guides have relationships with us,
right,
and they actually bring some of the tourists up. But then they're just people, there's just traffic, people coming up, coming in, snapping pictures, rubbing the Tree of Hope,
right,
looking, we started a Walk of Fame, and we've inducted people into it, and there are plaques on the ground, and people come and they snap pictures of the plaques. But you know what? Today, Harlem is really, it's amazing. There are amazing restaurants. There's a real burgeoning...
It's a renaissance.
It's a renaissance,
Real
definitely.
Quick, a minute and a half left. The educational programs, describe it real quick.
Robust education programs. We focus on careers behind the scenes. We have a summer internship program. We have a master class where young professionals can come and work with our technical staff about technical group, and they can understand how do you do audio, visual, how do you do stage design. We collaborate with the Mayor's Office of Theater, Broadcasting, and Film, and we do panel discussions. We've developed curriculum for middle schools, so I'm very proud of that.
Well, you have a very special institution that you lead every day, and it is a huge part not just of the history of Harlem and New York City, but a huge part of this country's history. And wish you nothing but the best up at the Apollo.
Thank you, and you got to come up.
You have a home here at Lincoln Center anytime.
Thank you so much.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System. Funding has been provided by Meridian Health, Wells Fargo, Qualcare Inc., NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology, Cone Resnick, NJ Best, Berkeley College, and by Verizon Communications. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.